For Dust 2, they've shown a lot of crazy tech on this map at the major, but maybe that's some stuff that forZe have already been looking at. We'll have to see. We get a quick push up middle from them. Definitely a brave move, but I love it. It's my favorite way to play a TT pistol, I'm not gonna lie. Rush mid, Sanji defends, flits down. forZe, they've got to make sure that they're quick on their feet now because it's a fast movement into that B bomb site. It's being taken down and Adren's covering the rotation. He's covering the flank. He spotted 2 players. He doesn't even have to commit to this, but he certainly will. He'll take down 1 more, make it a little bit harder for forZe.
Bomb not planted just yet. forZe close enough.
Bomb has been planted.
Have position of apartments now, or the halls, whatever you want to call it. All down to the headshots. Such is the nature of a pistol round. Face Crack and Z-Power both with Kevlar. Just about the headshot. There is one. Spots one by double stack, but whereas the trade fragger is not needed. There we go. English. James with the final headshot, and AVANGAR take the pistol. Adren just getting comfortable, making sure his setup is consistent. You can see how deep his arm is on his mouse pad. Got to make sure your setup is consistent, so you are consistent.
Well, it's going to be an interesting spot now for forZe because, as I mentioned, AVANGAR have a pretty nasty game plan on their T side of Dust 2, and they showed it time and again at the major. Only really one team, I think it was, I want to say Vitality. I believe it was Vitality that dismantled. Oh, it was NRG. It's NRG. They were the only team that really completely dismantled it, but NRG obviously also showed one of the best Dust 2s at the major altogether. So we'll see if AVANGAR can get that game plan going. They'll have some late defaults, and they will have absolutely devastating set pieces. Looking forward to seeing it. But for now, defending against the forced buy. Sanji covering any long aggressions. The Vanguard will slowly make their way forwards in mid.
Cherry has been a dab hand with this 5-7. He has been showing me how it's done. AVANGAR like to drop this smoke up, gives good cover to move into the Xbox position in a short position. Cherry heads towards the B bomb site. forZe waits. Dust 2, very difficult map to win a force buy. And AVANGAR are meticulous. They've got enough time on the clock. They've got time for error correction. They have a few smokes to deploy. The usual AVANGAR smokes. There'll be some pot shots. There's one tag from Z-Power. Can he get any more? There's a headshot. Nice. 25 seconds. Now the CT start to swarm. Now there are problems. We might see some jumping attacks. They need to get this bomb planted.
Yeah, it's actually looking a bit scary. 4 players there for forZe as they look to push up. They know that there's 1 player planting. There's a time to move, and Adren has to defend. James critically weak. James gets a great shot, though. I don't know how he pulled that one off, but it's a 2v2, but the bomb's down, and I don't think there's really a kit here to be worked with. So no nades either. The forced position away from AVANGAR. Almeza might have to try to bait him out. Oh, he's got a tag. He's actually got a tag here. Now life gets very complicated. I think they know James at Gandalf. They're trying to spam it. James, oh my goodness. Sorry, Sanji, not James. Managed to hold his nerve there whilst all the spam was coming in. That was a close one, though. And it's kind of crazy because AVANGAR's their one-way smoke that they throw in the kind of cat boost box, on the cat boost boxes, is pretty difficult to deal with. But XPower still hit a ridiculous headshot.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage done by forZe, and maybe they can capitalize on it in the round to come. But for now, they're on eco. Some P250, some Desert Eagles. Desert Eagle putting our maze down to $1,900. He may be ill-equipped in the next round. We'll have to pay attention to that. Well, maybe it's worth it. It's XPower, though, to... Do you know what? It's really hard for me to consistently say Z-Power right now, but I'm trying, man.
You ruined everything, James.
I am. Shall we just say XPower?
You can't go back on it now.
All right, let's commit.
You got to commit.
Let's commit. I'm trying.
Yeah.
All I can do is try. 2 players by the mid doors. Is there a pop flash? How hungry is Buster feeling? He may have shown the barrel of his gun, but there's no response. Maybe it was deliberate. Minute 10 on the clock, and AVANGAR quietly moved towards short.
Yeah. It's like, you know, forZe are throwing some wrenches into the works, but again, if AVANGAR, as long as they win these rounds, they'll be able to kind of execute their game plan. As long as they don't lose to a force buy or something like that, they'll be okay. But this is dangerous, Almeza. No, maybe not. Thought we were good for a 1 dig there, but he will avoid it. And now, you know, the chances quickly drop to nil, I think, for forZe. They're going to have to just rush through this smoke, I think. Or they're going to wait it out. Okay, they weren't in position. They're just going to wait it out. So they have a Mac 10, but that's really no good. They will be buying in the next round, regardless. And they've all repositioned towards long. Keycut's going to make his way down there. We're actually going to go back towards CT spawn. That's really good, actually.
That's so unlucky.
Yeah.
Nobody saving on long. When do you see that?
It's pretty smart from forZe as well, because they're gambling that AVANGAR might think that that's the safe, that there's 2 places that are safe to save, and it's long and CT, because they were last spotted catwalk, but Sanji's going to spot him. Another Mac 10 collected. But again, those will be useless in this round. They can't really, I guess they're just going to buy rifles, so.
Yeah, Sanji jumped through long doors and he was killed by a pistoling player. Wasn't able to get anything done. 3-0, the game begins. This would be, I cannot stress, this would be such a huge title for either of these teams to win today, especially when you consider how they started in this tournament in the first place. They were supposed to be facing each other for 1 spot, and now they're facing each other for the championship.
Fast movement, 145, very fast time in the catwalk here for AVANGAR. Kika applying the pressure. That's going to pull players away from long, surely. Surely. You can see Jerry starts to move back here. They can't have 2 on long right at this point. You can see he's going to move towards likely the goose position, given that he's got a teammate over towards, which is extra power, over towards the car position. The position that Jerry's in is very commonly Molotoved by Jerry. And we'll see if Jerry can manage to hold on to this spot, because we will get ourselves that classic AVANGAR set piece. Jerry's going to go close. This is actually a really good move. You can see exactly why. The spray is only good for 1, though, but that might be enough. Exit power delivers another.
1 minute on the clock. 3 versus 4. Kika trying to survive in this mid position. CT's holding on to long while the bomb's planted on A. And they're going to have to come in from the low ground. There's a high flash. It can be called, though. I'm sure it was heard. James trying to find something. Sanji certainly will, and Jamal soon afterwards. Face track now, 1 versus 3. And there's something he could do here. Sanji's in the red. He's dead. The bomb's planted for Kika, but who will win the duel? Ooh, he gets his bell rung down to 4 HP, but he survives, and AVANGAR keep a clean sheet.
Good effort from Face Crack. Really good effort, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to work out. And, you know, I remember at the major we started to see these set pieces from AVANGAR. Oh my goodness. One of the key talking points on the analyst desk was that you kind of have to let, in a lot of cases, if you can, AVANGAR just take the A bomb site, find ways to play retake once all the nades are gone, because their nades are so, the setups are so strong. Unless you have, you 100% know what they're doing and have the counter, it's very hard to hold. forZe did a good job, but it wasn't great enough. But Kika's going to go in there, and he's going to go down. And that's a gun collected, an AK for Jerry. Jerry's got armor and a helmet as well.
AVANGAR seem to be heading towards the B bomb site. You can see Sanji catching up as well. And forZe on the rotation. What do they choose to do? This AK-47 is high value, so they may not want to lose. And it looks like they're going to go for it. Swarming into the site now, and all the kills are coming in for AVANGAR, and Jerry's still got the AK-47. And he starts to move away, so it's going to be a 5th round for AVANGAR.
Yeah, good recovery. Could have got out of hand, perhaps, stealing away the AK, but a fast response from AVANGAR. Cool under pressure. Calm and calculated, it pays off. Jerry might do some damage here, could stick it to AVANGAR with a couple of kills. Nice headshot. Catches a Dren mid-air, no less. Lops his head straight off. And Jerry looks good to keep this AK alive. AVANGAR, the trident of AVANGAR will be aflame. The fire damage being applied to the trident.
All the frags raining in. Big fat 5-0 for AVANGAR, and forZe have taken a pause. How do they stop the rot? How do they stop the bleeding? How do they coagulate? And AWP has been purchased by Z-Power, no surprise there. But the rest of the team haven't done too much just yet. Jerry on the 5-7. Got to pay more attention to Jerry's 5-7. Just that first bullet accuracy is pretty good for Jerry.
Perhaps Z-Power will be the human tourniquet for you, James. He'll be the one to take the action.
A human tourniquet. That is quite an image.
Sorry, I didn't really mean for it to... bigger imagery to get fired off there, but nicely done from James. Gets a tag onto Flit, down to 12. It's not the kill, but it's hard to ask for that. We will see a default from AVANGAR once again. I really, really love how AVANGAR throw their Xbox smoke. I mean, it's not an Xbox smoke, but obviously that's what it does. I feel like it does the job better where they place it and hinge of the door. Works out really nicely. And it's instant as well. It just immediately blooms. And you can see Adren's often the guy that we're throwing it. He's often the guy that uses his nade set to clear the close positions mid as well, as you can see. I'm on camera right now. And FaceCrack looking to defend. Catwalk, he will be forced back by these Molotovs. Can't really take any angles here. Looks like AVANGAR have done really well in just forcing forwards back with the utility. FaceCrack was trying to play some of those headshot positions, but it's just the flames make those positions impossible. You cannot see anything. And now, oh no, oh dear. Flit's had his, he's had his great burst there. That is very, very bad. forZe have to go for a big rotation, but they've been cut off on CT as well. It's just one man on the bomb site. It's Jerry. He'll get one. He goes the head of the play. He tries to do what he can by pushing the dark position, but he'll be eliminated. And forZe have some serious problems on their hands. They can't afford to lose these guns. I don't know whether they can go for this. They have to make a call here. They've got to make a quick decision because, yeah, out of position, out of money. Save is called.
AVANGAR love themselves some Dust 2. Again, across all these maps, the statistics are pretty even, and I think they're exactly even on Dust 2 in terms of number of maps played and the percentages. I think it was about 56% if I do recall correctly. But it's not even in terms of score. AVANGAR on fire already, moving to 6-0. Now, in the first two maps, at least in the first half, the losing team, we did see them turn things around later on, more so the T sides. We'll see if forZe are able to do that. Jerry and Flitz. Well, Z-Power can drop a weapon. We'll see what they do, but I'm sure the rifles will be out. And Mesa could do the same. But how do they stop the bleeding? How do they win a round? Flitz is 005 at present.
Damn. That kill was just everything. That really collapsed the round for forZe. Just one frag and that's it. It's a rough one. It's a real rough one. forZe needs something and they've been struggling to find it. Looks like a fast play for Kika once again to Long. He's got the assist of the flashbangs. He makes his way in. He's completely blind and he turns, but looks like the CTs are not too blind. Oh my God, Sanji lighting him up there on the long position. And blink, and you miss it, and now three players are dead for forZe.
That's how Sanji do. James carrying the bomb, joining his teammates by those long doors, and they will make their entry with three players. AVANGAR smashing forZe at the moment with a mallet. Buster spots the cross, I do believe. Doesn't know where the second player is, but there was some expectation in this position. FaceCrack finishes off the job. Not sure if Amazer made a connection there. Buster's creeping now on short. 1 minute on the clock, and they continue to push slowly, but surely FaceCrack looks for this. Buster's got to be careful. He could concede his position. Oh my God. He didn't know what was behind the smoke grenade, and this round is falling to pieces, and it's down to a Adren. 1 versus 1. Rifle versus rifle. Collects the bomb, but he has no idea where FaceCrack is. He's made his way to Gandalf. 37 seconds. He's gone beyond that. He spots the head! Almost, but not quite. Maybe it should have been a round for AVANGAR, but it wasn't. It's the first round for forZe.
The problem is that they lost every single player in that round except one, so their economy will be stretched. Of course, they have Some lost bonus left over. Oh my goodness, Sanji, that transfer, the transfer of dreams.
Sandbagging with the SMGs all day.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, James going down suicide for the pick. It's timing shots. Doesn't work out the flashbang. He is, okay, James lost, oh my goodness, he spotted one towards the catwalk position. That was actually exit power, and he's fallen back. James took a bullet through the wall, maybe in the leg, because he's only taken 10 damage from the AWP somehow.
Minute 30 on the clock. Plenty of play to be had. Lots of AVANGAR chance. The usual smoke. Maybe people should start shooting at head height when that smoke comes in, because they're standing in the same position every time.
Yeah. Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely. Was the re-smoke catwalk. Power looking over towards the catwalk, but I don't know if he's... Oh, God, it's James on the other end of it. He's not looking this time, though. Oh, good nades coming in. AHE doing huge damage to Keycut and James. AVANGAR sitting on catwalk. They've got to make a move here because they are running out of time, and it will be a split with Long. The bomb is at Long there as well. Just have to see if this works out for them. Well, James opens it up towards middle, and now the push commences.
Just running wide, swinging with better weapons, and FaceCrack has so much to do. He's in a sandwich, and that was finished off pretty quickly indeed. Fliss and Jerry, this is the nightmare situation as Shadow is spotted, but there's plenty of sound cues as well. Keycut has a look, and forZe are still going to have to move away. They don't have position. They don't have the man advantage. That's what AVANGAR have. And indeed, they need to hold on to these weapons. Surviving with one player only in the previous round simply was not enough. And so AVANGAR get back to their winning ways. And considering the position they were in, AVANGAR, in the round they lost previously, I feel like it should be an 8-0 here, so it's not looking good for forZe at all.
No, and this is what I was afraid of, because as I was saying at the major, we saw a lot of AVANGAR dust too. And as I mentioned, it was only NRG that were able to stop AVANGAR. And one of the ways NRG did it was it's not easy, because they were able to disrupt the AVANGAR defaults. Oh my. And that's really one of the key elements. We had all these pushes from NRG. We had like Cirque pushing into lower dark on various rounds. We had Tarek going mad. We had Ethan also getting some aggression going, and they just won all their fights. So preventing AVANGAR from having the setups before they get to the point where they can get the setup. So that's kind of one of the ways that you do it against AVANGAR. And you also have to know how their game plan looks, because when they get those set pieces, you have to know the right response. If you're just dealing with it without any prior knowledge, I think it's very, very hard indeed. And forZe actually have done a pretty good job. If you think back to some of the early gun rounds, some of them were very close actually, and some of the rounds where forZe just had pistols, very close.
7-1. forZe have got a pretty good buy, all things considered. Pretty good buy indeed. I suppose their loss bonus didn't fall too much. James looking for a player to jump on the plateau early. Not something you want to do without the relevant utility, a flash and a smoke. Keycurt's been taken out. Running towards blue, it seems. They have kept 3 players entertained towards long. And in the meantime, here comes the burst. Jerry just playing anti-flash. This looks good for forZe, but not looking as good right now. The B-bomb site has been taken. Sanji still on a rotation. Bomb has to go down quickly.
There's still 2 smoke grenades left on AVANGAR. Flip might have to make the play through the smoke with the flashbang. Oh, he whiffs everything. The bomb couldn't go down because of the flames. James gonna actually bait it out. Has plenty of time to do it. Oh no, oh no. I believe they have another smoke. Sanji has the smoke. So he can get another smoke on the doors, but it's not ideal. There it is.
Bomb has been planted.
And there goes the bomb. forZe, oh god, you really hate to give up this round, don't you, James? It's not a good look, but they have to do it.
Save Simulator 2019 Moscow edition. forZe forced away. See Power hiding in plain sight, but does he have that much to gain from this? Really, he needs to hold on to this weapon. He needs to move away. James Dragonlaw. is taken away. And so is this round by AVANGAR. They are sweeping this half so far. 8-1, should be 9-0. And yet another explosion. YAE, yet another explosion. That's pretty much what this half is, because there have been 6 detonations.
Yeah, again, AVANGAR's game plan is pretty good. They've got some good variations as well to their tempo, which I think can catch you off guard. For example, you're seeing James just jump down into Suicide, going deep with the AWP, or seeing Kika rushing Catwalk at a fast timing as well.
Hello?
Oh no, that's not good.
Not nice.
Oh, that's a rough pill to swallow.
Really not nice.
James going to spot one more play. He's confident. He's looking to go for this. Perhaps the flashbang goes out. So you have a support here. Trent's going to get the usual nade set out there. We've talked about it before.
James 11-3 on Dust 2. Not a good situation. Flit 0 for 7, even worse. All from the forZe perspective, of course. 1-8, and maybe that round was gifted. Maybe that round was gifted. Nothing but domination from AVANGAR of late. forZe in the hard labor camp, breaking rocks at the moment.
So Flick can hear all of that. His position was previously cleared by Adren, so they may not expect Flick to be there. But the thing is that this doesn't tell you enough in his position if you're down a man and you're forced, because the only thing that position is going to be good for now is if AVANGAR pressure rate and then decide to go for a cat drop into mid for a B split. Otherwise, his position is not too useful. So AVANGAR, this is the problem, James. They just get to run their setups from this position. And they can run an A set piece, or they can fake from this position after pulling rotation. It's very hard to deal with.
Yes, and they still have the lurker towards long. A slow approach, the flashbangs to take the AWPers off their angles. They can plant for short, they can hold the short position, and then take long afterwards. Very careful, very meticulous, 25 seconds. They don't seem to be terribly concerned. One AVANGAR player moving back towards short just in case. 4 players remain for forZe. Now, how many rounds can you save for? That is the question. Jerry is in no man's land at the moment with the AWP. His teammate covering long, just wondering at the moment, but that flank need not push any time soon. James continues to clear house, and it's another round for AVANGAR, 9-1.
It kind of looked like that situation whereby, I was talking about before how the analyst was saying, against AVANGAR and their set pieces, let them have the bomb site and then play retakes. And it looked like forZe were making that adaptation. You can see they just didn't fight for the site whatsoever. Even though they knew it was coming, sure, they were down a man because of the early pick from James. But it looked like they also didn't know, because they were exposed on long, and they didn't seem to know how to push up. Because if they weren't going to push up, then they shouldn't be in an exposed position. So it looked like Jerry was trying to get something going there, but James is pretty fast, isn't he? So good job by AVANGAR, and again, forZe. They need to find a solution for that. But maybe the time's really running out here, because they're up against an 8-round deficit now.
Tag is not enough. James must die, but it seems pretty damn hard at the moment. He seems to be on God mode. Adren gets taken out. More CTs by this long position though. AVANGAR fall back. Can they do anything in response? Not really in position to do anything anywhere else on the map. And now forZe are quite spread out in this 4 versus 4, and they are ill-equipped. They've got an AK and a bunch of crap.
AVANGAR have some good options though. I think if they go, I think they're going to go for this. They can just do a delayed retake on long, because they didn't start with a default in this round, so they don't have any control towards the tunnels. Now that's not the worst thing in the world if you decide to just go retake long on a late round position, because often the CTs will either just leave one player there or abandon it entirely, as we see here. forZe have to take some gambles, and it's a good solution if you have no map control. Plus they have way better firepower on their big ranges, and they've got a bunch of utility. But it looks like they're going to go up Catwalk here, and pushing upper dark is happening at the same time for forZe. So forZe have a lot of information. The timing for Almeza is good. Does he go deep for the second? He does, but he's down. James holds it.
45 seconds on the clock. And now maybe forZe can capitalize on some bedlam and steal something away. This crowd has been so consistent. I really respect this.
They're showing James
even at
time.
9-1. It's awesome. The grenades come in. Z-Power's been boosted. Goes towards the back of the scout, but he misses the scope. His vision is obscured. FaceCrack trying to do what he can, trying to drill with the Krieg. 16 seconds for sanji to plant the bomb. He's committing to this. Will he be denied? He will be denied. And what can James do? Looks like it'll be a second round for forZe. sanji left alone in the cold to die alone. James need not peek again. There we go. The forZe fans are standing and they're strong for only the second round in the third map.
This is a workout. It's like an aerobic forZe workout. All right, here we go. Back into the action again. And forZe, they really need all the rest of the rounds. AVANGAR so strong on Dust 2. Jane looking for that mid pick again. He's got some good damage. I think he's got damage a couple times, and he's got a kill once, so that's really useful. Okay, so we have the default here, but Keykurt's in catwalk at a very fast timing, and that's pretty brave. You have to run down suicide to get this timing, but Jane was covering him. Now the flashbang out. That is scary. Keykurt going in. Look at the pressure he's applying so quick. What's the response here for forZe? They've dropped down one player to CT. That's Flit. He's going to go towards... It's going to be a watchdog on that double doors position. That leaves A vulnerable. What are AVANGAR looking for? They're slowing things down here. They finally made their way to catwalk, where they often will be. Again, it's always a part of the T default. And again, they can set up their set piece to A, or they can try to fake it and go down to a B split. Ace would be stronger in this current situation.
Smokes up, the usual stuff, but look at the lurkers towards B. Will they commit? James just firing randomly. Oh, Jerry's close. That's the bomb. That's the information they need, but what can they do about it? sanji is creeping. The bomb's dropped once again, but the bomb's collected by James, making his way towards the window. sanji's got to activate. He's top mid, he can't find the frag. Buster now, oh, that's a dirty frag by the door. There's no engagement. Here come the CTs surely. Bomb by the window. One player's close, 16 seconds. Does he commit? Jumping up. Flit takes one straight in the face. Absolutely deleted. Amaze at 2 HP now, 10 seconds. He goes wide, Buster, and he finishes off the job. 10-2 for AVANGAR. Merciless.
He had 11 HP and he still gets the headshot, James. That's too much. Buster, I think it was it Keykurt that at the major said that Buster has the best mechanics on the team, and I think we saw that absolutely here. Lethal precision from him, and that is quite the shutdown, quite the denial of that round. That looked pretty good for forZe. It was so chaotic. Jane looking for more timing picks. And, oh, it might be, are we going for a B rush here? Are they going to go down the stairs? It might be one of those situations where it's almost like an option select, whereby if James gets the B pick, the pick through the mid doors, you rush into B, but if he doesn't, you just spread out into the default. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. Adren likely to throw his nade set. Oh, I think they burst here with a flashbang. It's a burst we'll get from Adren. They're going for a fast B split. This is a very big change of pace.
5-on-2, one player waiting in a tunnel, one CT by the car. Got to be careful by the door. You can see over the smoke. Can't let it focus you. Got to focus on the site instead, and they will eventually start to take it, but Flit is waiting for his team, spotted by sanji, wrecked by sanji. 2v2, double AWP retake, surely not. AK collected by Jerry. There's a defuse kit on Z-Power, and that smoke grenade is a pain in the bum, and the Molotov makes it worse. But did it land in the right place? I'm not sure. I think it's gone into the site.
Looks like it. It's the grand finals here. forZe have their backs against a wall. This is where heroes are born, in the grand finals. But are there any heroes here ready to step up here for forZe? It's a very difficult situation. Buster with that. Krieg as well, baiting for sanji. And it's going to be tough. sanji's eliminating everybody. Great bait there from Buster. And that's another round for AVANGAR, 11-2.
Man like sanji. James 14 for 5, sanji 15 for 8. Leading the charge as he deserves to, on occasion at least. 11-2. And there is a counter-terrorist timeout from forZe. Maximum loss bonus is only so good for them. FaceCrack with the MVP starts for the 2 rounds they've won. This is a stressful situation for forZe. It's a good start for AVANGAR, but as you can tell by the faces on the AVANGAR side, this is by no means won. They'll make no assumptions. They've got to close it out. Only then is it time for celebration.
Yes, yes, yes. Got to stay focused until the end. And they have more than enough experience at this point. And I have to say, I was really impressed by AVANGAR at the major, because they were, even in the New Legends phase, there was the first situation against Astralis, which I thought they were going to throw it away. They almost were, but they recovered it. So yeah, AVANGAR, I don't expect to see them throwing anything away or becoming complacent. So Power looking to get himself some action towards Catwalk. Oh, it's a whiff though. That looked like it was on. Very unfortunate for him. An early pick would be everything, but instead it's nothing. A fast movement. Look at this change of pace from AVANGAR. They're doing the running. Oh my God, Jerry, what are you doing? The Deagle comes out to play, and there's still much more damage to be done. And see Power lurks below with the AWP. James is alone. 1 versus 4. What has Jerry done, James? He's ravaged the entire T side.
Where did that come from? James won't be able to do anything else. Jerry, he's happy with that. Good spirits despite the score. What an effort from Jerry in 1, 2. Okay, not too shabby at all. A third round, a much needed third round. Moving into the last round of the first half, they of course have a good bye. They've been the max loss bonus pretty much forever. There'll be another timeout called by AVANGAR. Not allowing momentum. Their money is quite ropey, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these rounds have been really chaotic. I love that jab from Jerry. Almost a hook, not quite. Now it's going to be time for AVANGAR to get the scout in, it seems. James on that. Mac 10 on a Dren. Krieg on Buster. Sanji and Kikut on P250s. It's definitely not the best, but you know what? They've already got 11 rounds, so winning this would be a bonus anyway. Jamie's so dangerous, isn't he? Once again, we get everybody rushing towards the upper dock. We saw this before. James gets something in mids, then they make the play into B. If he doesn't, then they go into the default. Face cracks there to cover for that. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. We'll have to see whether or not Sanji is going to be... Oh, sorry, whether Sanji teammates will be able to recover from this position. Flit will be able to defend. Kikut goes down. Playing from outside the bomb site. But it looks like the bomb should be able to be planted here. And Buster's still alive with the Krieg. That Molotov is key. That's going to really delay things. Oh, Buster, he defends. Down to 15, though, gets dinked. Now Z-Power's turn to step up to the plate. Looking to deliver. And deliver he will. Adrendo with the Mac 10 looking to push out the window. They need to get out of there because in comes the Power. And that's beautiful. They've escaped the bomb site. To Z-Power now they're in trouble. Z-Power's in real trouble here. How does he manage to pull this one off? It has some coverage to it, but they have such a quick path to that bomb site. No, oh my God, he's done it! He has time as well. How on earth has he done that one? That's fantastic. Gives force something more. It looked out of the question, but that's going to be a wrap for the first half. 4 rounds for forZe and 11 for AVANGAR. And it's time to go to a quick break. We'll see you after the break to conclude the winner of the Blast Pro Series Moscow. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Blast Moscow, and we will soon have ourselves a winner. It looks like AVANGAR have a very good argument. An 11-4 first half. That T side is always so powerful from them, and it really didn't seem like forZe had much in the way of answers for it. However, forZe themselves have proven to be nothing less than robust so far this tournament, and in the major cycle as well, so we can't count them out. Now they get to dictate the pace. Now they get to bring the pain and to AVANGAR. Playing that T side, it's a world of difference. We saw AVANGAR, one of the reasons why they have such a strong T side is because they always get to have their setups. They always get to have their game plan. It's hard to go for a CT aggression. It's hard to shake the T side game plan. Now forZe get that opportunity too. So they need just as strong of a T game plan. And here we go into the action. forZe with 2 flashbangs and a smoke on foot. Everyone else with Kevlar. And James has gone to a forward position. Oh, misses the hop up to Xbox. Maybe that's for the better. Down to 19 points of health. He'll be forced back. Now Meza will make his way forwards, leading the charge. And Dren drops him straight away. Sees the bomb. The Dren will get taken down from the side. The split looks good here for forZe as they take the A bomb site. And AVANGAR, they have to play retake, so it'll take them a few moments to set this one up. They do not have a kit, so they have to move quickly. They may not have time to really coordinate this one, just gonna run straight in. We have a setup on Catwalk here. Anti-flash there in the corner as well. 3-man peek. This is gonna be quite troublesome for James. Maybe not.
Well, there's still a chance, but is that bomb too far ticked by the time they get to it? They've got the numbers, but, well, maybe they do have it. I think they will have it. Yeah, they should be good for it. Number 12 for AVANGAR. They're in a really strong position. Of course, it's Sanji to get the defuse. Marvelous stuff, and that is huge for the crowd. They're really happy with this. I think they've won the majority of the crowd now, AVANGAR, with the play in this map. Oh my God, Sanji on these pistols is merciless.
So, oh God, it's a desperate spot. You get the bomb down. I think, you know, if AVANGAR weren't so far ahead, I would love to see a set piece from Catwalk. That's often quite successful with pistols. With the bomb down, you can afford to have a force buy with Kevlar, helmet, full nades, pretty much, and the CZs if you so desire. And you get that position on Catwalk. And as I mentioned before, it's hard for the CTs to deny a Catwalk positioning if the smoke goes down to Xbox. They don't want to push you on an anti-force buy. So you get that Catwalk position and you get that set piece for free in a lot of occasions. That's why it's a go-to. However, forZe, okay, so we've got a drop. Jerry's been dropped an AK-47, but will they commit around it? Flitz sacrificing himself, his cash. All right, so it looks like it's just a solo AK, the hero AK play with some Deagles for support. James looking for any fast moves down mid. That's the purpose of his angle there, and Cashy Duel coming out of lower dark as well.
Some cheers for forZe. Oh, that's a difficult place. That's a daring peek from Jerry.
Oh no, that's the only player with armor, James. Jerry had to be the one.
Well, as long as the others are fast enough. Goodbye, Jerry.
Oh, James.
And 22 HP for Exy Power for, yeah, I'm just going to move with that. 22 HP. Do they pass the parcel? Seems he will continue with the AK. And Face Crack will wield the Deagle. Poking, prodding, spotting a Dren, but just one bullet to offer. Face Crack now with the AK. And there's a chance to plant the bomber. Dren's fallen back to the long position. That Molotov is going to go to no man's land. And there is a short plant. One thing we haven't seen in this game of Dust 2 is the palm tree flashbang from the goose position. Goes off behind the palm tree, so you can't see it pop if you're around the short area, for example. Meza now looking for damage. Just the one frag in this round for forZe. They've planted the bomb, and that will be necessary. But it's 13 for AVANGAR. They are 3 rounds away from winning Blast Moscow.
I'm loving the James time chants in the crowds. It's pretty awesome. Right then, we've got ourselves a very desperate situation, as you said. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Look at him
Guardian
go.
Peaks.
Look at him go. forZe, they're going to make this one count. Is he powers? Is he going to go for that pick on the mid doors? Sure that he will. He's going to go quite deep, actually. He's looking to post up fast on Catwalk. James there, safe towards the double doors. James feels so deadly right now. Really coming into his own. Flashbang for Catwalk so Jerry can peek should there be a boost. Systematically taking control of the mid positions in Catwalk. forZe, as the Vanguard did, have that Catwalk control, or do they? Sanji, is there a flash play to be had? Oh, he's getting very close to this, isn't he? Oh, is he going to go for it? Sanji, where's the timing? Oh, that's going to force them. forZe, that's beautiful. And there's the smoke as well. What do you do there for forZe? You have to abandon it. You got to sack this position, surely.
Someone's got to pick up the bomb as well. It's around the corner from the T spawn position while they're trying to clear out this area. We've got a two-man push in the lower tunnel. Has all been spotted. There is a trade from Kika. Someone's still got to get the bomb. So even though they've got issues, oh, that's a nice one-tap. Amazing. He's spotted Sanji as well. He knows he's there. Bomb collected in the meantime. Bomb rotating towards long. At the same time, there will be issues in the lower tunnel position. Oh my God, he's got no idea. Free kill, just about to face crack. And James now in CT spawn, the last man standing. Sanji fell to the flames on the A-bomb site. And forZe should be good for 5.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, they're absolutely good for 5. But James, of course, if he can save this AWP, that could really turn the tide for AVANGAR. And I would imagine, actually, that they would consider going for a force if he saves this AWP, because their money's not horrendous. Obviously, they'll have no loss bonus, so they'll get $1,400 in addition to what you see on the bottom left of your screens. So there is an argument for them to force up behind James AWP if he can keep it alive, which it looks like he will. So we'll have to see if they do that. There's also an argument for them to half-buy around it. So they have some options. The issue with Dust 2 is that, as I mentioned before, it's very hard to get aggressions working. There's maybe like a couple surprising plays that you can do, but generally speaking, it's hard to find consistency with aggression. It's no Cash, it's no Mirage. Man, I haven't said Cash in a while. It's been a while since we saw a Cash.
Well then, let's see what James can do. He needs to get some frags. Does he take further risk? Is he boosted on short or something along those lines? He'll be heading to the A site itself with numbers towards long. That's where the initial fight will be. Flip being flashed into the ramp position, but that's an irretrievable rifle, or is it? Will they stand their ground here forZe? It looks like they'll try to. They'll get some frags. Only 2 plays remaining. James is out in the open now, and he's going to get smoked like a kipper. That leaves Buster with a Desert Eagle versus 3, making his way up the short position. Do they smoke him off? No, they're going to leave it out in the open. Nowhere for him to hide. They'll take him out at range. A brief round for forZe.
I feel like ultimately 2 kills is actually a good result, because they didn't really invest into that round too heavily. Obviously, they had the saved AWP, and that's why the AWP was there. But beyond that, it was pretty light. So they got 2 kills, trying to keep the economy honest of forZe. And the AWP comes out again for James. Everything being spent now. Doubled MP9, Sanji and Kika. Now, where do they decide to make the play with those? It looks like they're going to make the play with those towards the upper dark position. They're going to go for a tunnels push, I believe, with those MP9s. One would imagine, at least. The MP9s, they are pretty bad outside of close ranges, so you got to try to find a way to force the issue so you can play the situations in which they're strong, because most of Dust 2 is long range.
How curious are you? Too curious, perhaps? No. James knows it's... Oh, the timing. How did he know? Oh, no! That is unreal. James delivers the second one as well, of course. James, how do you know? The timing could not be more perfect. Jerry down to 25 HP. Oh, the brutality. It's just inhumane, isn't it?
That is just unfair. It's unreasonable. I just don't know what to say about that, but forZe are still fighting tooth and nail. 3 versus 3, they've got themselves mid. Looking to go into the B-bomb site, but Sanji lurks close to the MP9, and James is powering up. He's just only getting stronger as time goes on. Now Adren chimes in as well, and face crack. He's been fantastic so far, but he's got everything by himself to do, and it's Sanji with the trade from the back. And now 14-6 is the score. 2 away. AVANGAR from winning Blast Pro Series Moscow.
It's cruel.
It is a
cruel and unusual punishment from James. Ready for the quick scope and motionless. 2 more rounds for AVANGAR. forZe still on a full buy. 4 AWPs on the map. Ooh, teased. Does not pull the trigger. Grenades over the wall towards that long position. 3-man investment from AVANGAR towards long, but forZe seem to want to go quickly into this mid position. Now, Buster, he's moving forward. Oh, he's tagging. Can he escape though? He's missed his shot, but the Flames will do the job. Z-Power and Flames, not really a good combination in this series.
Yeah, it looks like forZe are starting to scramble. You can see, I guess because Z-Power scoped in, he perhaps did not really see where the Flames were and overcommitted. Oh my goodness, Mesa, that was almost a good readjustment. But Buster surely has a better position now. Of course, you don't want to peek into this. You want them to force you out with nades. And that's what he's going to do. Almeza's going forward. He wants to make something happen, but there's only so much he can do.
Buster's actually trapped there. There are no grenades on the B bomb site, unbeknownst to forZe. Walking into the UMP of Adren in that long position. Nothing is going their way on Dust 2. Jerry and Almeza remain. And James has support in CT spawn. Jerry jumping down, but now what does he do? Ooh, missed shot from James, but they're not in too much trouble just yet, AVANGAR. What can you do from CT spawn? Can't plant a bomb there.
Yeah, you're right about everything going wrong for forZe. I mean, there's not really too much time left for timeouts, but I would feel like kind of icing AVANGAR with the timeout could have been a good option. But either way, it's 2 versus 4. Ameza and Jerry, they've really been standouts this entire tournament. Long for forZe. What can they offer up here? That smoke is a huge gap. James is loving this one, isn't he? Not even required. Almeza gets the plant. He needs 4K behind this. There's nothing short of that will help him win this round, I don't think. The AWP could be the weapon to make it happen. The distances are favorable as one. This one more close though. Almeza, he's got to make sure they can't play together. He's got to find the 1 versus 1s, but he can't do it. Kika from the side, and the round for forZe. Match point, tournament point for AVANGAR.
They are looking unstoppable on Dust 2 in this series. Again, both these teams came into Moscow as qualifiers to face each other for a final spot, and they find themselves facing each other in the final instead. That is quite the story. AVANGAR, with a deep run at the major, shows some consistency here in Moscow. And they are 1 round away from victory, and look at what forZe have to fight with. They haven't full bought just yet, but it's not looking great. Focusing on utility over weaponry, it seems. There'll be 2 Galils. Flit with the MAC-10. I don't expect the Sanji level plays. Sanji uses them by design. Flit using it out of necessity.
Dren looking for some information towards Catwalk. It's actually going to be a trade in middle there. James still doing damage with that AWP. And Adren with the defense, he's absolutely menacing. And the trades once again come in. James, a steady hand with the AWP. Jerry takes one in the chest. And there it is. Last Moscow champions. It's AVANGAR, of course. Fresh off the major finals. They couldn't win that, but they'll certainly win this. And they deserved it. What an impressive team. This is just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have ourselves our champion!